This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you want some, come get some.
This is such good
I am the visionary. I am a revolutionary. I am Seth.
Give it crying. I can't give the belt to Dusty, but I can give it to my mama. I can give it to my mommy.
Acknowledge me.
Recording in progress.
What up, everybody? We're back with another episode of Rasslin with Ryan. It's been a minute, but
it's been about a week and a half. But we're sitting here recording live on a Monday night.
Oh yeah!
Right after Raw. Raw just went off the air a couple hours ago. I have not watched Raw yet.
Yeah, it started an hour earlier today. It started at 4.
Raw's been starting earlier because they were in Europe for all that time, and I got a little used to it. I like when Raw's on early.
And now they're on because that was they're on an hour before Monday Night Football starts.
Smart play by TKO. Yeah. But what's going on, Ryan? How's everything been going? There's been a lot of news in the wrestling world over the last week or so since we have last recorded, and Ryan's been he's been dying to just voice his opinions here because supposedly he has a pipe bomb in the works for us tonight. Pipe bomb. We can get into some news. There's been a lot of news, like I said, and we could talk about Wrestlemania. We can start with that. Wrestlemania going to Saudi Arabia in 2027. How do you feel about that, Ryan?
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of it. Like, I'm all for these international shows, especially because it's on France with the crowd. Like, I'm all for it. But if any country deserved a WrestleMania first, it's London. And the fact that Constantine Money Bank a couple years ago had vouched to break to London and a reaction from the crowd, and they didn't capitalize on that. They sold their souls to the Saudi government, and so now we're going to see in 2027 WrestleMania 43 probably all the timers coming back for some god awful matches just because they want to pay a paycheck.
Yeah. I mean, since they announced that WrestleMania 43 will be in Saudi Arabia, the laundry list of matches people have been coming up with is ridiculous. I mean, people were saying Goldberg and Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker.
People have been saying Kurt Angle versus John Cena. It's no, John Cena's not coming out of retirement. He's a man of his word.
I wonder who's going to tell them that Hulk Hogan died. Who's going to tell them? Because I'm pretty sure they're going to request. Yeah, they might request Yoko versus Hogan.
Yeah, apparently a while back, the Saudis requested Yoko's, and I guess they were not aware that he was dead.
And he's been dead since the year 2000.
Yeah,
so before you were born.
Yeah, so it shows you how much knowledge the Saudi Arabia actually has on wrestling.
Yeah. But well, go ahead.
No, because when I saw the announcement, all the wrestlers out there looked like they didn't want to be there. Triple H looked like he didn't want to be there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny because he even said, this is TKO and Nick Khan were pushing for this. So it's one of those things. Even Triple H himself is basically implying that, no, he had nothing to do with this. And I think it's stupid because the way the women have to be in those full bodysuits and how hot it is, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these women are I don't want to wrestle because of the heat, like having to cover my whole body.
Well,
And I know Saudi's chalking up a lot of money, but it's also like, it's at a point now where it's a bidding war now. Like it doesn't matter the fans or the reaction or where people shows. And now it costs up more money, and TKO it's all about greed because they claim to be in debt and they're using WWE to like get out of that debt. But I don't think they're in debt because why else would they spend all this money to acquire WWE and UFC to create TKO? I don't really think they're in debt. I think it's just a bullshit excuse for wanting to spend a shit ton of money.
yeah. I mean, we can talk about the greed that is TKO now. The greed that is WWE now. I mean, we could talk about the reasoning why choosing Saudi Arabia. It's all about the top dollar, right? Saudi Arabia is going to pay the most money to get WrestleMania. They're going to outbid every other country out there. They're going to outbid every other city who's going to want to pay for a WrestleMania, like a London, and stateside's included. They're going to outbid everybody. But that just goes to show the greed that is WWE greed now. World Wrestling Greederation, TKO.
Yeah,
it's all about what they can make.
Yeah, and speaking more on said greed, the GOAT, they moved his last match from Boston to DC because DC bidded more, and that pissed me off because it's like Boston, that's his home. You gotta let him retire in his home. But the fact that like, Boston's not giving us enough money, so you're gonna have your last match here in Washington DC. Like, he has no connection to Washington DC, and of all places, why DC?
Mm-hmm.
They rarely go there.
Yeah, it's about who can give them the most money. I mean, look at the ticket sales right now. The ticket sales are absolutely out of control. There was reports from, I forget who reported it, but they were basically saying that Vince McMahon was pricing tickets so he wouldn't outprice families out of coming to shows. TKO, ever since they have bought in WWE, they have increased the prices every single year. It's gotten to a point now where the average fan, you and I, it's getting harder and harder to come to these shows.
And the crazy thing is like, these fans still buy it, they're still selling out shows. And I know the fans are outrageous about it, but like, if they really want to make a statement, they gotta stop buying tickets. Because then maybe if they see they're not selling tickets, they'd be like, okay, maybe we need to drop the price down a little bit.
Well, I think they did drop the price down for WrestlePalooza, but that's only the nosebleed seats because they weren't selling out as much as they could, I believe. I think that was for WrestlePalooza. I could be wrong. But if it comes to shows where they're selling out, they're only going to increase those prices. And it's only going to get worse and worse. I mean, it's going to come to a point now where the average fan is unable to come to these shows, and you got to think, the viewing audience that comes to these shows are going to be much, much different now. No longer are you going to be able to bring a family of 2, 3, 4. Those days are gone for the average fans. It's going to be a much, much different person that's going to be able to come and afford to be able to come to these shows. And I think over the next couple of years, you're going to be able to see the difference in the crowds. And those loud, massive crowds that you see, in different countries, like the ones that we got in Paris, France. They're in France this past for the past pay-per-view.
They were in Paris and then they were in Lyon.
Yeah, exactly. But those crazy wild crowds, I mean, they're already non-existent in the United States. I mean, name besides Chicago. Chicago is probably like the number one wrestling WWE city. But besides Chicago, maybe New York is still a little rambunctious, kind of hit or miss. But I mean, they're kind of non-existent in the US. LA's, yes, but I mean, it's getting harder and harder for these crowds to for you to bring in passionate fans, because the passionate fans aren't able to afford coming to these shows anymore.
And then speaking to not just the greed, but the overall WWE product as a whole in 2025 has been a major downfall compared to the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, Raw, it's the same ending every week. Oh, the Bronzes beat up whoever. One of the Usos or somebody comes out to make the save. We saw the same thing when Roman was around. Like, oh, Roman came out to make the save. It's the same story every week. And it's to a point where it's like, it's boring to watch Raw now because it's so predictable.
It's very predictable. I mean, SmackDown was like that for a long time, too. I mean, yeah, when they were in Chicago a couple weeks ago, they loaded it up with Brock Lesnar, the AJ Lee return. They loaded it up with John Cena, CM Punk was there.
And that was a good SmackDown. That was
a good SmackDown. But other than that, SmackDown has been really, really hard to watch. I mean, the MFTs, they're not guys that are going to put seats in butts. They're not guys that are going to make you say, man, I need to watch SmackDown this week because the MFTs are on. No, those are guys that are on there because we have way too many part-timers filling up slots. And I love my part-timers. I love John Cena. I love CM Punk. I love me some Brock Lesnar. But those aren't the guys that are going to be there every single week. Even Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes now. Cody Rhodes, where's he been?
He just barely showed up this past Friday on SmackDown and announced he's defending against you at WrestlePalooza.
Right. But he wasn't on, and I feel like as time goes on now, you're probably going to see Cody kind of dive into that part-time role like a Roman Reigns. It just kind of comes with the territory now. When you're the face of the company, hey, he was kind of carrying the company every single week on his back, but as time goes on, guarantee you, probably starting next year, you're going to see Cody Rhodes take a couple more days off. And then you're going to start seeing him take that Roman Reigns schedule.
Yeah, and that's why I hated Roman's title reign, because the dude never showed up.
Well, he did show up when, like, the first 2 years when he was Universal Champion. He wouldn't wrestle, but he was on TV as when he was carrying solely the blue strap, the Universal title.
Yeah, when he had the Universal title, he was on TV almost every week.
Mm-hmm. But then when he won both at that WrestleMania in Dallas, that's when he started taking time off.
Yeah, it's just like, you want your world champion to be on TV every week. And I feel like that's now, because most of our recent world champs have not been present on TV every week.
Right, yeah. And then you get, mid-carders that are trying to fill the spot, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And for the most time, yeah, Raw and SmackDown could have good wrestling. The wrestling is not an issue. It's a matter of how they carry the shows with storylines that are going to hook you in.
Yeah, like this storyline, I'm so sick of this El Grande Americano storyline.
I feel like that's kind of jumped the shark now.
It's run its course.
I feel like the only way they could redeem themselves with it, which I'm still waiting for, is, let's say you have Ludwig in a match or something, and then Chad comes out as Americano, and they kind of have a face-to-face of, like, who's the real Americano.
Mask versus
mask versus mask. That would be kind of cool.
That I would be okay with.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think this course, there's like 4 El Grande Americanos now.
I'm waiting for them to bring out Omos as Americano.
And yeah, I don't. A lot of things feel lackluster and creative.
Mm-hmm.
Title reigns don't feel that special anymore.
Title reigns do not.
You barely see Julia on the U.S. title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tiffany starting to get, I love Tiffany, but she's starting to get a little repetitive now.
Yeah. They need the title off of her.
Yeah, and then Cody just hasn't been on TV since he won it.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the only 2 reigns that have been somewhat memorable are Seth and Becky.
Seth, yeah, I mean, he's defended it 2 times since winning it.
Yeah, but he's been on TV every week, so you gotta give him credit there.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then Becky, she's really elevated the women's IC title since she won it.
Mm-hmm. She has. She's the right person to have that title because Lyra as champion really wasn't getting anything done for me in terms of just that title. Having the title on Becky right now puts
Prestige
a face,
and a big
prestige to
deal.
it. Yeah.
Like Lyra, she had a great match. Like no denying that.
Mm-hmm.
She was having great matches, and but yeah, her reign didn't get interesting until she started feuding with Becky.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, and I feel like she's the perfect one to hold on to that title right now. Eventually, they're probably going to put the title on AJ Lee,
Which I wouldn't be mad at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how AJ does.
Right.
And I feel like it hurts that her first match back is a tag match.
I think it helps.
Because it helps ease her back into the flow of being an active competitor.
Right.
And it's like she doesn't have to do it all herself.
Right.
She'll
Exactly.
have Punk there. She'll have Seth there. Becky there. Three of the best, most talented guys today.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. No. Definitely. And with that, if are you done with your pipe bomb? Do you want to say more on that?
Yeah. No, I'm not supposed to be pipe bomb.
Go ahead. Let it rip.
No. Like another thing, like this that WrestleMania going to Saudi. I hate that. I just don't like how WWE has become more of for the 1%,
Mm-hmm.
whereas it's it's meant to be a family product, it's meant to be for families, but now it's not fielded with these absurd ticket prices, the same old repetitive match outcomes. I'm getting tired of the 4 or 5 match card. It's not enough. I used to like them because it gave more time for the matches, but I feel like cards need at least 6 or 7 matches.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the 4 or 5 match cards don't really bother me in a sense, as long as they can fulfill the time with good matches. I think that's kind of that's Triple H's formula. He carried that when he was in NXT. That was his bread and butter right there, having 4 or 5 matches that can just fill the show. When Vince McMahon was in charge, he liked to fill the card with a lot more fluff, I would say. This kind of eliminates the fluff, but the matches do need to deliver in order to have a good, solid pay-per-view.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of matches don't deliver. You look at Clash and Paris. Outside of 2 matches, all the matches are cool at Clash and Paris.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. To me,
And what's crazy to me is that WrestlePalooza is shaping up to possibly be better than WrestleMania was.
yeah. Well,
And
they're putting a lot more
WrestleMania, which is
emphasis.
supposed to be the biggest show of the year,
Yeah.
if it's not better than a B-level PLE, you're doing something.
Right. Well, they're putting a lot of emphasis into WrestlePalooza right now. They're really trying to stack up the card, and they have put a lot more emphasis onto WrestlePalooza than they have WrestleMania, because WrestleMania they don't need to sell WrestleMania. WrestleMania sells itself.
The name
Obviously,
is,
yes,
yeah.
exactly. We are going to go to WrestleMania a year in advance. Not this year. Not this upcoming year. You may go. I might go still too, but
No,
we'll see.
No, we're definitely not going to 2027, that's for sure.
That's for sure. That's for sure. If I can go back to the Saudi just for 1 sec, I feel like, obviously, them having WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. One, it's not surprising because they've been planning this for a very long time, so it's not a shocker. 10 years ago it would have been a shocker. WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, oh my god. But they have 3 shows in Saudi Arabia already.
I think WrestleMania outside of the U.S. and Canada 10 years ago would have been a shock.
Yep, exactly. I do see this kind of being a good thing in the sense that this is going to be the first ever WrestleMania outside of the U.S. and Canada. So it does open up the floor for a Europe. It does open up the floor for WrestleMania to be in another place besides North America now. And obviously, like, it being in Saudi Arabia, WrestleMania in 2027 is going to start at like 10 a.m.
Yeah, which I know for us it would be nice because then we, be done with it earlier. But like,
Yeah.
one thing that I'm hoping, because I'm pretty sure that Saudi Arabia ends in 2028. So I'm kind of hoping that the way that, all right, you want to WrestleMania, all right, we're giving you a WrestleMania. And I'm kind of hoping it's like, okay, you got what you did. We're done with you now.
It's not going to be like that. Dude, they're going back to Vegas 2 years in a row. If Saudi Arabia called them up, if they did huge business in Saudi Arabia, let's say they fill up 2 nights in that giant stadium, and trust me, Saudi Arabia is paying big old bucks for WrestleMania. WWE is going to probably get the most money they ever gotten from any place for WrestleMania. So it's going to be the full bells and whistles in 2027. If they do,
it's probably going to be the first WrestleMania where WWE probably is going to be paying for it.
Right, exactly. They're making hand over fist money for 2027 WrestleMania. If they do big old bucks, like in terms of the gate, and the money comes back tenfold in terms of like the audience there, trust me, that's not going to be the last time they do a WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. They may go back to back like they're doing Vegas.
So
Trust me, it might happen. I mean, they still owe New Orleans a WrestleMania because they yanked it away from
and
Indianapolis. I could see them doing Saudi Arabia 2027, New Orleans 2028, Indianapolis 29, back to Saudi in 30.
We'll see. I hope not. I hate that. Though I know I'm not the only one.
Or somewhere in between. Trust me. If they do bang business in there, they're coming back. The only thing I can ask for is after they fulfill Saudi Arabia once or twice, just come back to SoFi Stadium. Come back to SoFi Stadium. I'll be there one night.
Yeah, I feel like that now too, which kind of sucks. That's another thing I wanted to say. It's meant to like travel, which they didn't have to think, like I said, fine. But like the fact that now you have like WrestleMania going back to the same city like over and over and over again. It's like, come on, you gotta give other cities a chance.
Yeah, I mean, look at trust me, it's cool that we're able to go back to WrestleMania next year. I mean, we're gonna have to probably take out a second mortgage to go back to WrestleMania. Which by the way, wearing my WrestleMania Los Angeles shirt. But it's cool that we're able to go back to Vegas next year for WrestleMania. But honestly, wouldn't it have been cooler if they did New Orleans? Like, give those, obviously New Orleans has had it a few times, but give it somewhere like in the U.S. where they've never had a WrestleMania. And they're building stadiums all over. Like, remember when they were going to give Minneapolis WrestleMania? I forgot some other cities that they were going to possibly do. I mean, there's endless amounts of cities that want this event. But yet, obviously it comes down to the money, and they're going to choose Saudi Arabia over those states and cities because it comes down to the dollar.
Yeah, it's just like WWE. It feels like one big advertisement. They were getting commercials every 5 minutes, and then all the freaking ads on the freaking ring posts, the ring, the stupid Prime bottles, stupid Prime.
Yep. It is annoying to see. I'll give you that.
What happened to the game we love?
Well, exactly. Hey, Vince McMahon is no longer there. He's disgraced now. But to be honest, let's not say that this stuff wouldn't have happened with Vince McMahon, because obviously Vince McMahon was all about making money too. He would have definitely have increased the prices somewhat, because Vince McMahon was no angel. Okay.
You probably would have had a Saudi Arabia WrestleMania sooner.
I mean, he's the one that struck the deal with the Saudis in the first place.
Yeah, so he probably would have done a WrestleMania in Saudi sooner.
Exactly. So let's not pretend like, oh, he would have not done this. Of course he would have done this. But TKO now does not give a flying fook about families. TKO does not give a flying fook about people affording to come to these shows. TKO only gives a flying fook about how much can we charge and still get the gate. Which, you know, Ryan, you're still going to go to WrestleMania next year. I'm probably still going to go to WrestleMania next year, so I'm probably guilty in this, even though I'm saying I'm not going to go. Most likely I am. Most likely I am. They got me, brother. Like,
Come on.
Like Hogan when Undertaker gave him that tombstone at Survivor Series 91. Oh, you got me, brother.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just like a lot with WWE that just feels off. Like they had a really good like 2024 and like latter end of 2023, but this year has been like a huge like downgrade overall creativity in the overall product. Like since we've had some highlights, you deny that we've had some highlights.
Yeah.
We've had some shockers, like Cena's heel.
Well, I feel like this year they've relied heavily on big time returns. The AJ Lee, the Brock Lesnar.
Lesnar.
Yeah, I mean those have been like big time returns, but at some point, who else can they try out there? Not sure. I don't know. But we can dive into WrestlePalooza predictions if you want.
Yes, since I'm pretty sure like the card is finalized now unless they have a match or two on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm. I got the card right in front of me, and let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 right now.
Yeah. All right. Let's start with the Usos versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and LeBron James and Bronny James. All the Brons.
The Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed because the vision has not been hitting at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they did a big win. And with the tension they've been teasing with Jay and Jimmy, it makes you wonder if they're going to be able to coexist and see that it's, their first tag team match on like a premium live event since I think Money in the Bank 2023.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But I think you got to give Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed the win here.
I think so too. The Usos winning would probably be a little predictable. The Usos losing, I don't think it does anything to the Usos. The Usos are...
no doubt. I think this match is going to be great. No doubt about that.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool to see the Usos reunited. It's cool to see them, And they're playing off this, does Jey Uso think he's better than Jimmy Uso now by him calling the shots?
And now it's one of those things where Jay started to act like Roman.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how they play that out. I didn't watch Raw, so I'm not sure what they did.
Raw today, because LA Knight needed a partner, and he was asked Jimmy Uso, and Jay's like, you better say no. And then he's like, I'm done taking orders from you. And last time I checked, you don't have a rule to follow around your neck.
Yeah. I feel like LA Knight does get involved in this match.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because he has beef with the A and the Bronze.
The Bronze. Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. But I think you got to give the Bronson and Braun Breaker here.
Exactly.
They need it. And it would be a huge win for them. Beating the Usos, one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
Exactly. Then you have the women's world title match, Io Sky versus Stephanie Vakir, which I laid this out a couple weeks ago. I'm not sure if I said this on the podcast. If I was making the card, I would actually put this as the main event, kind of glorifying the women as true stars.
Especially after the match Io Sky and Rhea Ripley had at Evolution. Mm-hmm. And you have two of the best in-ring women's wrestlers today. Stephanie Vakir, amazing.
Yeah.
Io Sky, in my mind, is the best women's wrestler on the planet right now.
Yeah.
And like, I think this could go either way. And I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, they need Stephanie." I gotta go with Io.
Yeah, I do too. I think Stephanie. I think you got to give her a little bit more time because she was
Yeah.
actually off television for a while. Not a while, but like a couple weeks. I think you put the title on Io here, and then you could probably run this back at WrestleMania next year.
Yeah, I would not be surprised like if Stephanie McCare wins like the Rumble next year or wins like the Elimination Chamber to like get you top match at WrestleMania. So no doubt this match is going to be a showstopper. Like
Exactly.
you have two of the best women today going at it, making win the world championship.
Exactly.
But I gotta go with the guy here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with her too. And then you have the WWE title match that was just announced a couple days ago. Cody Rhodes defending his title against Drew McIntyre.
You already knew what I'm gonna say for this.
I mean, I think Cody's gonna retain. I don't see them.
Oh, Drew McIntyre.
No, okay.
Oh, Drew McIntyre.
I'll say this. Eventually, I think Cody wins this match. I think there's no doubt about that. Cody wins this match. But at either Hell in a Cell, which are they doing Hell in a Cell this year? Or not Hell in a Cell, Bad Blood. Are they doing Bad Blood?
No, they're gonna have the next show after WrestkePalooza is Crown Jewel.
So Cody wins this one, right? However he wins. But I honestly, hey, if you could put the title on Drew McIntyre, shocking, mix it up a little bit. Mix it up with the title. Why?
Like one thing you were saying, maybe they do it at Survivor Series.
Maybe they do it. That'd be great. That'd be great if they could hold off until Survivor Series, like a big event like that. That'd be great. New champion.
Plus, it would be a change because then it's like, oh look, Drew and Cody aren't involved in the War Games matches.
Exactly. It'd be a huge match, and I think Drew McIntyre really deserves a big win here, and he deserves the title. I mean, he got that world title win last year at WrestleMania. I mean,
But hell, count that like all 5 minutes.
Drew McIntyre.
Drew's been doing some of the best character work of his career. Like he's killing it right now, both on the mic and in the ring.
Exactly. So give Drew McIntyre a win, not at this pay-per-view, but the next one.
Yeah, I want Drew to win, but
I mean, it would be shocking if he did win.
I'm gonna go with Cody just because, like, I don't really think they're gonna have Cody lose his first defense and his second reign.
Yeah.
But I want Drew, but I'm with you. I think Drew is the one to dethrone Cody at some point in the future.
Exactly. And then we can talk about this on a different podcast, but Drew as champion going into Cena's last match in Washington, D.C. Can Cena get 18 in his last match?
We get the never seen 18.
And we can move on.
That would be a great storyline heading into it.
We'll talk about that on another podcast.
Yeah.
But we could talk about the Never Seen 18 going up against the Beast, Brock Lesnar.
You mean the Never Seen 17?
Sorry, the Never Seen 17. How do you think that one fares?
The main event?
The main event.
I'm surprised they didn't give it a stipulation. I thought there was going to be a stipulation.
I thought so too.
There were earlier rumors that it was going to be a last minute match. Unless something on SmackDown.
It could be. There could be.
Yeah, so unless they pull something off SmackDown, but I think Cena gets over here. I know you say Brock needs it, he doesn't, and this is what I think Brock has this match Cena uses, and then we don't see Brock again for a little bit.
No, I think John Cena wins this match. I think Cena wins this match. I think Brock Lesnar does, he comes in, he loses, it does nothing to Brock Lesnar. Not sure if this is a one-off for Brock Lesnar or if he's back, for WrestleMania next year. But I think Cena wins this match, and I think it's his last win ever.
No. Well,
yes.
But the big thing getting into is Cena's going for his 100th career.
And I think he gets it. I think he gets his 100th win against Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, and I feel like they didn't give it their history, and it's like, because I know he says like, oh, you don't really like when part-timers beat like full-timers, but with this case, it being two part-timers, it's like, this is a rare case. It's like, nah, it's fine for like a guy like Cena to go over.
Exactly. Yep. So I
It'll
think
be
Cena.
a brutal match, but
Yeah.
we'll see. Cena's been putting on bangers since SummerSlam, so.
Yep. And we'll see what kind of match they put on. I mean, Brock Lesnar hasn't wrestled in 2 years. Cena's improved in the ring since he's had his retirement match, but we'll see what kind of match.
Allegations.
Yeah, exactly. And before we have 3.5 minutes left in this podcast, let's talk about the main event, the co-main event of this pay-per-view. CM Punk and his wife, AJ Lee, taking on Seth Rollins and his wife.
AJ's husband.
AJ's husband. Yeah.
Because, no, I found it really cool that on Raw tonight, CM Punk came out with AJ to her theme song.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then he was wearing her shirt and stuff. And then I guess AJ's husband, and the fans started chanting, AJ's husband.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I liked how Punk, like, completely embraced that, like, his wife is back. And, like, I just like that he's being selfless.
Yeah.
And, allowing AJ to have the spotlight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good match. I can't see it being like a great match, but I think it's going to be a good enough match where, they're going to put over AJ Lee, probably getting the victory, and that's how they probably get to at Crown Jewel, Becky versus AJ for the Women's Intercontinental title. And then who knows where they go with Seth and CM Punk at this point. I mean, this is the feud that's been going on for 2 years now, so
feels like a feud that's never going to end.
Exactly. So who knows where they go with that, but I think this is to get us to at least AJ and Becky in the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Who do you think's going to win? Do you agree?
I gotta go with AJ Lee and CM Punk. I don't think AJ Lee moved in her first match back.
I don't think so either.
It's not gonna hurt Seth and Becky because they've already done so much.
Exactly.
So, and they got they were the last companion tonight on Raw. So
exactly.
You know what that means.
Exactly.
Most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
AJ Lee took a bump, her first bump in 10 years.
Exactly.
He took a manhandle slam. She sold the hell out of it, too.
Yeah, well, I haven't watched it yet, but I'll check it out after we record this podcast. But over a minute left in this podcast. Anything else you want to say, Ryan?
Yeah, TKO. Screw you.
Screw you, and they're screwing our wallets.
You claim you listen to the fans. Nah.
Let me talk to you, TKO. But anyways, thanks guys for Ryan with the mic drop. Thanks guys for tuning in again to Rasslin with Ryan. Much appreciated. And to everyone that views our all of our content, thank you. We appreciate it. Ryan, thanks you.
Mm-hmm.
And
we'll catch you.
If you want to see us,
WrestlePalooza.
if you want to see Ryan start an OnlyFans, comment on the bottom. OnlyFans for Ryan. Oh, did he freeze? I think he froze. Oh no, he didn't.
He froze.
Anyways, they want to see you do an OnlyFans.
Oh god.
OnlyFans for Ryan.
Like John Cena did when Peach Taker Season 1 came out.
Exactly. But anywho, until next time, guys. You can't see us.